Stadium here in downtown Indy. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They go play action with Jackson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. And the Dolphins are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Jalen Phillips, the edge man on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
The Colts send out their punter. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
And it's 3rd down.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw. Unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Channing Tindall coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted.
Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
His 2nd catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
They'll try the left side. Faulkner. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down at the Colts 39. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And for Jackson, this may be a free play. He'll get that one complete to Connor.
Down inside the 10.
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Extra point attempt to come here. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Colts, nothing. Matthew Wright set to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
run with Taylor to begin the drive.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Second and 3. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Schwartz. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. He finds his man complete. That's Connor. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8.
2nd and 2 at the 38-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14 Colts, nothing.
On 2nd down, Faulkner. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They go play action now. Jackson. And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a give, right side. Faulkner. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On now the Miami field goal unit. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Running straight ahead, Taylor. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played in the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning. And now he's in a situation that's getting towards uncharted territory because you've got Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, the only 2 rookies doing 2 playoff games in 1 year. He's trying to join that company, but it's not going to be easy to get it done.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Bradley Chubb there on the tackle.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll set up to throw.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods.
And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's 2nd and 8. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On the counter, it's Taylor.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Back to throw.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jerome Baker. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 39 yards there, a big one.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll drop to throw.
The toss here completed to Pittman.
And he goes out right around the 39. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Matthew Wright set to kick off.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Channing Tindall. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there.
Touchdown! Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
31. Colts, nothing. Matthew Wright set to kick off.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he's got some space here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Woods. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On second down, it's Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Colts get a bit closer. So the watch is officially on now. That ties him with Priest Holmes and Sean Alexander for second place all-time on the single-season list of rushing touchdowns.
And, partner, he now just sits one behind LaDainian Tomlinson's record of 28. We know LT's watching. We know he'd hate to lose his record, but we also understand he has great admiration for what this man's done, and he would be a worthy successor to the crown. LaDainian Tomlinson, one of the great players, one of the great people of the NFL.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Faulkner. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st down, Faulkner. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. A few moving pieces on that play, because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, Sometimes the lineman can wander downfield, and if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Now a give right side. Faulkner, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 2nd and 7, Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Alec Ingold. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have opened the lead up to 30. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
38, Colts 7. Matthew Wright set to kick off.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Quick slant here to Woods.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They turn to Taylor on 4th. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Now it's Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
They'll run on first down. Faulkner.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On second down now, Faulkner. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Matthew Wright set to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. On first down, Faulkner. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run the counter. Faulkner. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Faulkner. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Faulkner, a short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Faulkner, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. On now the Miami field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick is indeed good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
They'll look to throw. He finds Taylor, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Needed 13, they got 14 on 3rd down.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last, and make it a successful one in some small way.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put
the Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Christian Wilkins able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2.
2nd and 12 at the Dolphins' 48-yard line.
So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the